Hey guys, it's Dr. Kresimir. I feel like I'm really small in the video. I'm a chiropractor from London, Ontario. Today we're going to be talking about what you can do to help unexplained back pain, and that's back pain that is happening. It's real, it's a real thing, but there's no seeming reason why you're having it. There wasn't an accident, you didn't slip, you didn't pull anything, you just got out of bed, or as the day went on, you started developing this pain in your lower back. There's a couple things to understand. Number one, there is no effect without a cause. So just because we can't understand, and unfortunately we might never understand what's causing this back pain, something has happened, right? Something has happened. And the most important part of this video is not the specifics of what I'm going to talk about. It's the general ideas and the general principles. The specifics might change, the flow in which to try these things, and the big ideas is what's most important. And if you try something, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel good, or just something doesn't feel right about the situation with your back right now or with your spine right now in general, please stop the video, contact your healthcare provider, and go see somebody, get a proper examination, and find out what's going on. So if this is you, the first thing, the most important thing that you're going to want to do is to find a pain-free, or at least, I understand that sometimes when things are really bad, there might not be any pain-free positions, but a less painful position. And here's why. Typically with pain from no seeming cause, there's a lot of, the way that our spines get damaged is there's micro trauma over time that we don't know that we're doing, and then that seemingly leads to a big blowout where you're like, oh man, this doesn't feel right. So finding pain-free or a pain-free position is the first step, in the sense that it takes some of the pressure off the affected joints. So really common and a simple test that I want you to do is, I want you to get in this position. There's nothing complicated happening here. I'm literally just laying on the ground. My knees are bent. My stomach is, I'm letting my, this part of my spine melt into the ground. And what this does is it helps flatten my lumbar curve like this and take the pressure off the back part of the spine, or the facet joints. And if you're doing this and it's bringing you discomfort, the second thing that I'd like you to do is the exact opposite. I want you to turn over onto your stomach. You can go up in your elbows, or if it's really painful, you can even start with your hands under your head like that. Now what this does is this puts slight extension in your spine and takes the pressure off the discs. So whatever one is more comfortable, and I mean, even if you have to get into positions where you're laying on one side, or if you're tweaking your spine, get into a position that is less painful and try to hang out in that position for 2 or 3 minutes, try to hang out in that position for 3 minutes, and then when it's time to move and get on with your life, brace your core like somebody's gonna punch you, keep your spine straight, and get up like that, and then try to get on with your day. So the first thing that I want you to do and that I want you to try is to literally plan your day around finding a comfortable position. Now I understand this might be challenging because it might be difficult to do at work, but try your best to make it happen and get in that position as often as you possibly can. Number 2 are non-essential things, but very essential things, but non-exercise based things, like drinking a lot of water and making sure you're taking your fish oil, and making sure that you're trying to eliminate all of the, or even doing things like taking an ice bath to cool down the inflammation in the area. Things that are not related to mechanics of the back, but are really, really important to your back. I read a study not long ago looking at type 2 diabetics and their predisposition to developing degeneration in their spine. Now, the reason that I'm telling you this is that sometimes it's a challenge, at least for me it is, to link nutrition, inflammation to back pain, but there's a link. right? One contributes to the other. Number 3 is to do movements that actually feel good for your body. So getting up and going out for a walk. Walking is one of the best exercises that you can do. Excuse me. And if your back is in a rough condition, you won't be able to go far, but going far is really important. And the 4th exercise, sorry, not going far is important. I just said that and I was like, oh my God, what am I even talking about? Getting out and moving to the best of your ability is really important. Even if it's slow, even if it hurts a little bit, we don't want the pain to increase from walking, but you want to get out and you want to get moving. And the 4th thing that I want you to do is exercises where your core is braced and you are attempting to strengthen or at least, get your breath to your core. So we want to avoid things, especially if our back is sore. We want to avoid movements like crunches or side bends or even getting off the floor with this type of swing. The reason is that puts a tremendous amount of stress and pressure on our lower back. What's a much better idea for training your core or getting movement or stability to that part of your spine, because your spine loves stability, are things like side planks, FLR, holds, bird dogs, exercises that we've covered in the past and that are on the channel, or if you need a good link to them, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to send you a link. And the last thing is rest if possible. The most frustrating thing about back pain is when you start to develop back pain, the chances of getting back pain are much higher. So take these things into consideration. If there's any comments or questions, please post them below. I would love to help and answer them. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk.